risks. Yeah, to expose the fact that, oh, I own crypto to the world.
Look, as I mentioned before, for the record, I totally also do understand your points.
Yeah.
I'm also all about physical security, being safe. Don't do anything stupid when you're out in public. Avoid certain areas. Don't be flashing your money in the air, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Sure, I get it, but I think in the grand scheme of things, any new product or any new innovation that comes out, there's gonna be a particular force that tries to take advantage of it.
Sure.
Right? Let's say with anything that we mentioned before, right? iPhones, iPods, right? I'm sure when the iPods first came out, I remember there were many reports of iPods being stolen, right? When the DVDs came out, right, there were a bunch of reports of DVD either stores or DVDs in general from factories getting stolen, right?
Yeah.
If you recall the first Fast and Furious movie, the beginning scene was of those guys robbing a truck full of DVDs, right?
True.
So I think with any technology, any innovation, there's always going to be bumps and hurdles before it becomes more ubiquitous, right? And I think in order for crypto to become ubiquitous, we need to be more comfortable carrying it around as an everyday carry, either within our pocket, sure, on our wrist. People wear iWatches. People wear watches, Apple Watches on their wrist.
Yeah.
Right? On their neck, whatever, right? So I think this argument, sure, it's already been like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I think, I look, for the people listening out there, I'm sure, me and Victor, we aren't, completely isolated to our own side of the argument. We see both points.
Of course.
And I want to make one last thing as well before we kind of transition into the next topic as well. The next topic, which I want to get into, is the whole argument between cyber security versus physical security.
Okay.
But look, Ledger, they're already the market leader, right?
Yes.
Any kind of marketing gimmick like this, they're not going to get hurt, right? Their brand is already, like, if you ask anyone, even now after this, silly chain that they're promoting, people would still recommend any newcomer to either buy a Ledger or the second one up.
True.
Right? Ledger has been through already many kinds of PR disasters, right? Maybe one with the Fendi bag thing. I mean, that was kind of small. They had a database breach back in the end of 2020, which exposed many people's public information.
Although I don't think that breach resulted in any
loss of
financial
funds.
losses.
Correct. It was just, I guess, people who purchased Ledger on their website and then their credentials were stolen or whatever. They've overcame that, right? And I think they are going to continue to overcome any other kind of bad press that this publicity stunt might give them. So, and look, Ledger is cool, right? There's no doubt about that.
Of course.
If you look at their social media, they have state-of-the-art, top marketing, top PR designers, giving them exposure in a very cool way that I don't think no other crypto company does right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Just to summarize, I guess, I'm mostly playing devil's advocate in this conversation.
Sure.
Right. Of course, I see both sides of the argument. And like you said, I do think Ledger is one of the coolest companies in the crypto space. They take charge. They're very innovative in the way they market their products and try to build this following and to, frankly, stay relevant in the fast-moving space of crypto. And so, yeah, basically, I personally do like this announcement. I think it's very cool. And perhaps I might even buy one.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Well, I mean, but for the purpose of this conversation, right? I've taken the more defensive position of that this is not a very sound security system, right? And I think I argued relatively well for this position, but I just want to state for the record that I see both sides, and if it comes down to it, I might actually buy one.
Why not, right? It's cool, right? I think
exactly.
I think also people might have, the people that were quick to jump on Ledger might have been conflating between security, which is what hardware wallets should promote,
Yeah.
and also just the culture, fashion part of it.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
We like Ledger. They're cool, and I think they're doing a good job of just promoting crypto to the masses.
Yes.
Although they could probably maybe pull their price points down a little bit.
Yeah.
$150 for Ledger Nano X, that's out of the reach for most people. So, but anyways, I also wanted to touch on a second small topic. Maybe we can discuss about it for a few minutes on whether we should be more concerned about cybersecurity or physical security, right? Up until this point, most crypto attacks, most crypto stolen funds have happened online, not offline.
Correct.
I think you can also say that once crypto becomes more adopted, once it becomes ubiquitous in our daily life, maybe there might be more physical attacks on people with crypto. But I think for the most part, it's well documented that most crypto attacks, even right now, I would say most financial thefts happen online. Cybercrime has been an ongoing topic for the past 5 to 10 years.
Yes.
So I guess, just to my point from before, is wearing a Ledger Nano on your neck as maybe not as, we shouldn't take that too much of importance, as more so that we should also provide more education online to people about being thoughtful of what you do online. Don't click on certain links, don't open certain emails, watch out for phishing attacks, and so on and so forth.
Oh yeah, of course. Anyone who uses a hardware wallet is already infinitely more secure than someone who doesn't, right? And a step up from the next logical step from that point would be, educating them on the etiquettes or precautions that one needs to take when interacting with smart contracts, with different projects on chain, right? Like what to look for, what does a phishing attack looks like, what are the signs, right? Things to avoid. Obviously, all of this is accounts for like more than like 85-90% of all crypto thefts, right? And there's only so much an individual user could do to protect themselves, because unfortunately, like bridge hacks do account for a large portion of crypto theft, and exchanges. But obviously, exchanges risk of crypto loss from exchanges can be mitigated by using a hardware wallet, but bridge attacks cannot. Right. The fact of the matter is, if you want to interact in the world of DeFi, if you want to be a crypto bro, so to speak, you have to be willing to accept these risks. It's just part of it's just part of the journey of a progressing and a maturing industry. And as time progresses, I think these instances will decline as the industry matures and more people are working on security measures. And so, I think you're absolutely right. Yeah. Online cybersecurity is definitely the brunt of the argument. However, I do just want to share one quick factoid from Forbes. I think they conducted a pool back in, let's see, when was this? Back in 2021, so a while ago, mostly towards Bitcoiners on. So what they did was they asked a bunch of Bitcoiners on what they think the biggest threat to their Bitcoin holdings are, right? So, and there are several categories, and the number one, ranking number one, coming at 39.8% of people voting for this for this category of loss, was accidental losses. Now, so this is what, like, you know, if you so it is accidental losses. So this means when you're like signing a transaction and you forgot your password, or you misspelt a wallet address or whatever, and that fund is just gone forever. And then moving down the list, there are digital theft and attacks, right? There are government seizure, and coming in fourth is physical theft and attack. So 13.4% people voted for physical theft and attack. So it is on a decent proportion of people's minds. Although they're rare, although it is rare, I think there's a certain value to be there's a certain point to be made that this is still, a problem that we need to consider. Yeah,
I like it. Good research on your end. I think just to wrap it up, crypto, there's a lot more that we need to worry about than just wearing our wallets on our neck, which we hope to see you do in the next few months. You're gonna post out a selfie with you donning the chain around your neck.
You bet.
Victor? Yeah, sure. Look out for that tweet, guys. I think this was a good argument, a fun argument with you, to defend Ledger's marketing strategy with this. I think from their end, it's just a fun way to kind of see what other kind of industries they can dive into. So whether it be fashion, art, or so on and so forth. So, we hope that you listeners today listening to the podcast enjoyed the argument. Who do you think won the argument? If you think Victor won, or if you think I won, state your opinions in the comments. Was there something that our argument was flawed by any way? Also, leave your opinions in the comments. Or if you are a cybersecurity buff, or even a physical security buff, whether you are a law enforcer or a martial arts expert, and if you want to chime in more in this conversation, let us know. We'd love to have you on the podcast to kind of maybe even talk about how crypto security also is very reliant on physical security. Victor, I had a great time battling with you today.
Me too. Yeah. Well fought.
And we will see you all on the next episode. Signing off.